this Trent's is a little bit more complicated, I think, than some of the other ones, which is just about a contract. But I think a lot of it then it's Dallas and it's a running back. It's Gordon, it's another running back and star players. So, but I'm a little bit surprised, but I can't question I can't question the mothership.
Yeah. So we had Jason La Canfora on yesterday. We've had him on obviously throughout the offseason. He's been the kind of the key guy out there reporting that it's way beyond just sort of a contract thing.
It's definitely beyond that.
Yeah,
and that's, I think from the jump there was talk about that. You would hear that anybody you talked to who was close to him, who has talked to him, would say that it's more of a medical thing. And so I think the only part that and it's been hard to really find out is, could money appease him at all?
Right.
More money do that? And that's the part I don't know, but I've always felt like it's more of the medical side.
Right. Why does that fall on Bruce? Is it just because Bruce is in the position? Like, to me, it's not his fault if there's a misdiagnosis.
Well, and obviously these guys are going to disagree with the portrayal of those guys having some sort of fractured relationship. I think they've still been in contact, I believe. So I don't know that it's to the point there. My reporting hasn't taken me there, and I know what they say. So you can process that however you want. But I think the other thing is, if it is about that, then I think it's more than just the medical. I mean, I think it's about, is there confidence and trust in building things the way you need to? Are you tired of things the way they've been going on here over the years in his time here? So if that's what's going on, then I would take the jump and say maybe it's just more than just the medical.
Well,
right now, I'm going to go with the medical.
The one thing that Jason's sort of been adamant about, though, and he seems to be more adamant about it than anybody else, is that he really has no intention of playing for the Redskins.
That's
at this
what
point. But he's the only guy really reporting that.
And I would say yes, but I would say, like, I have heard some of those things too, like in recent days, especially more so that, yes, he has told some people that might be the case, but even some of those people aren't convinced that when push comes to shove
that
he would be elsewhere.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not saying anything about Jason stuff. I'm not
he's
shooting
it
down at all.
He's
getting it from somebody, and I've heard some things too. So so I'm not knocking that down or discrediting him at all. I just don't know that it's to that point, because if it had been, well, I'm going to say this. If it had been to that point, I don't think that organizationally there are some things that maybe some people would have pushed to do differently.
Right.
So, for example, maybe
acquire some more guys.
Draft somebody.
Draft a tackle instead of a guard.
Make it a priority to draft a tackle. Another tackle. You had Christian last year, so get another tackle for competition because you also lost Ty and Secchi. Something like that, or then trade him or something like that. It never got to that point. I know. So either they've calculated this really, really poorly, or really, really wisely. And, you can go back to the Kirk Cousins. There was some of that stuff, too, where some people here thought they would sign him. But even at that one, there were people in the organization I would talk to who would say, we got him after the 16 season, you got to trade him. So even then you would hear people disagreeing with maybe keeping him, not thinking they didn't have a chance. In this one, I haven't gotten that full sense.
Joined by John Keim, covers the Redskins for ESPN.com. So let's go with the scenario where Trent is not with the Redskins. Is it disastrous at left tackle?
Right now, I think it's the left side of the line. It's not just tackle, because if you have right now, I don't feel like there's a viable starting option for 16 games on this roster, because Eric Flowers hasn't shown that he can do it. We've seen what he's done in the NFL previously to coming here, and I don't know that you're seeing anything in camp that's any different than what he's shown in the past. See when the games start. Give him a chance. Maybe Callahan can work something with him. We'll see. But the other problem is they wanted him to play left guard. Right. So they want him to compete with Wes Martin for that starting left guard spot. Right. So now you don't have the same competition at left guard, and you're a lot weaker at left tackle. So now you could go into the season with a rookie left guard and Eric Flowers at your left tackle. I think they're about this offense. Chris Thompson being healthy, Jordan Reed being healthy. I think some of the young receivers look like they can help. Trey Quinn, Darius Geist being back. But that has a big level of concern. And now, so they brought in Corey Robinson. There's still a chance that Donald Penn could be signed at some point. I think he's waiting to see. I think he's playing this for more money, which I don't blame him, and to see the best opportunity.
That's a guy who's a vet who's
36
had like
years old.
130 starts.
Yeah. So, and like he's got a lot of experience, but he's also coming off a year where he's hurt and he got moved to right tackle. So where is he at in this? I don't know. I know he's a name. That's what we know. But I think he remains a possibility for them or someone else. They haven't shut that down or cut it off, but he's not here. So so you may have to wait until the final cuts and all that to see, is there someone else or maybe someone you can trade for if it gets to that point. I don't know, like with Trent, I don't know that they would do something at that point until you get into the season. I think then because I think really my guess / hunch would be you get to the season, how willing is he to miss a game check? And then how many is he willing to miss? Because they do have him under contract for 2 more years. They don't have to move him. So that's when I think we'll see. I think that's some of what you hear, and I don't think it's at a point where right now they're saying, oh, we got to trade him.
Yeah, there's still time.
There's still time.
But even if he did miss that first week against Philly and whoever started, just call it Case, if he gets slaughtered, he just has more leverage at that point.
He definitely does.
Yeah.
I mean, I think,
So I wonder if he's waiting for that.
So I think he has leverage in that sense. And plus you have a coaching staff that has to win now. Trent Williams helps you win now a lot more than anybody else at that position. So that's another factor here where they need to get him in here. The problem is, like, what's it going to take to get him in here? If it really is about the medical and all the other stuff, nothing will get him in here. But if there's a way to appease him with money, what are the options? They're not going. I don't think they're going to extend him. I think if they did that, they're going to have Ryan Kerrigan, who has 2 more years left on this contract. He'll be knocking on the door the minute Trent steps out of that offense signing the deal. And I don't know that they want to go there. And then I think, plus he'll be 33 in a couple years when his deal's done.
You don't think there's a way they can restructure it?
Well, what you could do is he has got a $12.5 million base next year. It's not guaranteed. You can go and see how much can you guarantee of that. That's a way to then maybe appease him. I don't know if that would be enough to get this done. Trent has been very, very, very quiet. His side has been very, very quiet. So it's hard to, you're trying to guess and piece this together, which is why some things are a little bit more tenuous and but so I think it'd be nice for us if he came out and said something.
Right. How much of a factor is his relationship with Dan? Because we understand he has a good relationship with Dan.
Yeah. And I think Dan will get involved when he needs to. He got involved in the Kirk Cousins situation, and there was a time that spring after 2016 where Dan started getting more involved and was letting Kirk know how much they valued him and wanted him here. But then that statement came out, and when I talked to Kirk's side, it went back to 0% chance. So I think but Dan wasn't getting involved in there because he wanted everybody else to handle it until he felt he had to, and that's when he did. But it didn't make a difference there. But I think it was so far down the road that it wasn't going to make enough of a difference.